Max Feinberg. Hello, my friend.
Hi, Tim. Thank you. Thank you for having me. This feels
Yeah,
so
dude.
official.
Thanks for being here, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think my first time meeting you was at a comp at Ninja Warrior Playground, like, I don't even know how many years ago.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You were there. Aaron was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
Yeah, that was my first time meeting you, and then yeah, I've known you ever since, and glad to call you a friend, and glad you're here again, and yeah,
Yeah,
thanks again.
for having me. It feels right being back at the depot after 4 years in Colorado, just being back. Home gym. I was a team member of Dexterity Depot, honorary team member. So it's sweet being back. It feels right.
Yeah, dude, just like family. Like, if for those that don't know, Max, like, trained here. Maybe you can talk about that yourself, like, it's, how you
Yeah.
started training here and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would come compete here doing NNLs throughout season 4, and then when they started Elite, uh, Dexterity was super generous to me, opening their doors to me during team practices to come in to train for American Ninja Warrior. I was training in a basement then, and so to be able to come in and have a gym that I could come like set courses up, even during their team practices, they would just give me like the parkour structure, the foam pit even. Be like, yeah, practice balance here. Like I'd kind of follow their team stations around, like trying to stay out of their ways. It was super nice of them. Like I can't imagine like anyone training in ninja intensity during one of our team practices, and you guys were patient with me. You were able to make it happen. I credit so much of my success on the show to dexterity training.
Oh, dude, it means a lot for you saying that, dude. Seriously, thank you so much. So maybe we could start with, like, talking about how you got involved with Ninja in the first place. Like, I don't even know if I know the story, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. So it started out as most do, watching American Ninja Warrior. I was bad at other sports. Like it wasn't that I didn't just like them; I was bad at them. Like in PE, every couple weeks we'd rotate a new sport to play, and there was besides badminton, like I couldn't do any of them. Like it was sad. So
Big badminton athlete, though. Okay, I
dude,
see.
I mean, I tried soccer. I tried fencing at one
You
point.
did?
Yeah,
No way.
dude, I loved the Hunger Games, and so like I'm like, yeah, sword fighting, like yeah, but apparently you're not allowed to just start whacking people. Like there were
Uh.
techniques. That lasted like 3 sessions. I was out. Um, yeah, and like my parents, they were smart. They did some research, especially when I would come home from recess, like with rips on my hands from the playground. Before I even knew what rips were, like I thought my hands were just falling apart. And they found a parkour gym nearby, Urban Evolution. So I
Wow.
got my start in parkour. Um, yeah, with Frank Mejia,
Yeah, shout
World
out Frank
Chase
Mejia.
Tag
Yeah.
extraordinaire. Yeah, and that went on for probably 2 years, but it wasn't. I didn't love parkour. Like during classes, they would just see me swinging around on the bars, did a little warped wall and salmon ladder in the corner. Like I would spend most of my time on that.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, we rotated the weeks. There was rail week, wall week, and vault week. And rail week, that was my favorite. We were learning laches. Probably took me a year and a half to commit to like a bar of our lache. Like, yeah, my unathleticism from other sports carried into parkour and now ninja, but I loved it so much. I was willing to put in the work for that one. And from there, like I think some guy came in talking about a local ninja gym, and that was kind of a pretty easy transition for me, moving out of parkour into American Ninja Warrior, and then from there it just took off.
Wow, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, I mean, I think I did know you knew Frank and trained at Urban Evolution or yeah, UE and all that stuff. But then that's interesting. So from the start, you just kind of fit more in with like the swinging around, climbing on stuff. Did you try rock climbing at all?
I've been rock climbing a few times.
Mm.
I was probably better at it then than I am now. Just at least then I was patient enough to like project to climb. Like now I just have to campus like the biggest holds I could find. Just refuse to use my feet when I'm rock climbing. But I never really started with climbing. That
Okay,
yeah, that didn't come in until way later.
that makes sense. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. And look at you now, bro. You've been on A&W how many times?
6 seasons now.
6
Just applied for
seasons.
my seventh. So it's
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy. Been on the show for 33% of its history now. So
That's a crazy statistic.
yeah, 6 out of 18 is that was insane. When they told me that, it's like, whoa, like 'Cause oh, dude, I was such a fan of the show. I loved watching the show. I think I watched it recreationally seasons 4, 5, 6, and then season 7 watching Jeff and Isaac. Like that was when it became like my future. Like I saw that I needed to make that happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
So would you say Jeff and Isaac were like the ninjas you looked up to the most back then, or
Yeah. Oh, of course. And being from Virginia, I'm seeing Jeff's just a dad from Maryland. Uh, my dad was a dad from Maryland. Like it was all so like perfect. The first ninja competition I did was at Alternate Roots, and he was there doing a
wow?
meet and greet, like kind of coaching all the kids that did not know what they were doing, and I was one of them, and that was surreal.
Dude, that sounds incredible.
Yeah, that comp went poorly for me. Yeah, and since then it's just been like a villain arc. Like I embarrassed myself in front of my idol, and now like I need to win this show too to show him that I'm like a good ninja.
Max is a real life anime character.
Yes, that's how I felt. I'm still in that revenge arc.
No,
Still haven't
that
won the show yet.
oh man, no, that's actually so cool. Jeff is an amazing human. I love that
Yeah,
guy. He
yeah,
is
he's a great
incredible.
guy.
Like he really is just an amazing person all around. And it's interesting because I had a similar experience where it was like my first time meeting my idol was for me it was Levi Muhlenberg back in the day. It was like
You met him?
2009. Yeah,
Oh
dude.
man, I know a guy that knows Levi Muhlenberg. That's cool.
Yeah, dude. It was like a they hosted like a ninja workshop at Primal Fitness in DC, and I went, and it was yeah, I mean, it was I think I was, like, so young, like, maybe 13, 12, 14, something like that,
Yeah,
whatever it was, probably young, yeah, 13 or 12. And, yeah, same thing you said, like, I got to meet this guy I looked up to for so many years, like, saw him on TV, like, "Oh, this is awesome," and, like, that kinda got me, like,
yeah,
super into it as well, like you're saying, yeah, like, it really just took it to the
100%.
next level, so
Yeah, and what's funny now, Jeff and I actually live in the same town in Colorado. We
no
both live in
way.
Castle Rock. Yeah.
Do you ever see him or
No, no, never see him. Couple Ninja Intensity buddies like rock climb, and they'll see him at the local climbing gym every so often. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like that feels cool. Like
yeah, it's, like, full circle
yeah,
almost.
yeah. Even though I still haven't seen him at the
Yeah, sure.
like locally there, like it's cool. And like he makes an Instagram post, and it's like Castle Rock, Colorado. It's like,
Yeah,
That's home now." So
that's so
that
cool.
it's just wild.
It's interesting to think too is, like, now you've become that person for kids now yourself, like, how does
Yeah.
that feel? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's fascinating because I'm still a fan. Like, so when I'm at an event like WNL or UNA finals, and there's just so many kids there that love Ninja, that love the show, and have seen me run, they'll come up to Caden and ask him for an autograph. They'll come up to Daniel Gill, ask him for an autograph. Taylor Green, ask her for an autograph, and they turn to me and ask me for an autograph, and I'm like I'm looking at the three people I'm around and who they're asking to sign autographs. I'm a fan of them, and it's just so weird to sign my name next to Daniel Gill. Like that one is it's crazy because I had a T-shirt up in my room that he signed, that Isaac Caldiero signed, that Legends were on, and now to you know think that maybe a kid is like putting a picture of him and I in a scrapbook, or like putting a signed poster or t-shirt on their wall that has me on there. It's wild to think.
Dude, that's incredible. That's gave me chills, man. Like, that's so sick. That's why we do this, you know, like, it's cool in the sport. Obviously, it's still new and small and it's growing, but to be able to go from on the couch, being a huge fan to now, however many years later, being that person people look up to it's
Yeah,
so empowering, man.
yeah,
It's so
absolutely.
cool.
Yeah, and I don't think of myself as like a celebrity, but everything's like Z-lister celebrity, like at the very, very bottom with my 30 seconds of airtime every AW episode. But like yeah, just having people come up to you and treating you like, you're their new inspiration, or they've seen you on TV is it's so weird. And I love it. Like I love having these interactions and meeting people that are going through the same journey that I had, that we all had 10 how you've been doing ninja what, 15 years now? Like
Jesus,
just
20 probably.
oh my god.
Yeah, since
He's
2006.
ancient over here,
I
dude.
am Unk out here, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy because we're all just going through the same journey. Like everyone falls in love with ninja, they start ninja, whether whether they're on a trajectory to win the TV show, or they're you know struggling on a 3 foot shade. It doesn't really matter. Like we all love ninja the same way, and so I think that's really important for people to know, especially if they're like shy or timid. Like go up to Daniel Gill, like he's having the same, he's competing, he's getting nervous, like he started ninja one day, like it's the same thing. Whether that journey, I'm sure, like looks different for everyone, but it's the same thing. And it's just like you fall in love with ninja. We're all part of this community, and it's special.
Yeah, I don't no, I couldn't agree more, and it's also, like, whether it's a 10-foot lache or a 3-foot lache, you overcoming whatever obstacle it is for you, whether it's interpersonal, in the gym, that's the core value that ninja
Yeah,
provides is teaching you how to overcome obstacles, whether it's physical or mental, and, like,
yeah,
for me, that's what got me so involved because I think you know this, maybe you don't, like, I went through a very difficult time mentally, depression, anxiety, all that stuff when I was a kid, and, like, ninja was that outlet for me to be able to overcome those things,
yeah.
and, like, it's powerful stuff, man,
It
like, it really
is.
is, and also, ninja's a hard sport. Like, I feel like people don't if you're not involved in ninja, or maybe you're just a parent watching, you don't truly understand, like, how hard ninja is as a sport. Like,
Yeah,
you have 1 shot,
yeah,
and if you make 1 mistake, you're done. That's your season. Like, it's like, the pressure you feel and just how challenging it is physically, and, like, it's so hard in every way. And it's
yeah,
like yeah, it's but because you work through that adversity in a let's say, a safe way, you know what I mean? It's not
yeah,
like you're, like, in
yeah,
a
yeah,
war zone or something, like, you learn so many important life values like the understanding progression, how to break down skills, how to overcome fear, how to work through pressure, like those things you can translate to any other thing you do in your life, which
yeah.
is so powerful.
No,
So
absolutely. And I think that's the most important thing that to the people I coach. Like when I'm training them, like it doesn't really matter to me how far they're lashing. Like, but if they're able to work on it and get excited when they finally hit that milestone, whether it's 3 feet or 10 feet, that's great. Like as long they're all feeling the same excitement, like and
exactly,
and
yeah.
and that's special. And again, they can carry those skills outside of ninja. And it's like, all right, like maybe a lot of the kids I coach aren't going to be doing ninja 1, 2, 3 years from now, but as long as they're taking away like the important lessons from ninja that I want them to take away, like they're going to be set up beautifully for the
Yeah,
rest of their lives.
100%, dude. And that's why we do this. Like for me, I definitely enjoy coaching so much more than I do competing and training ninja myself. And there's so much joy in seeing someone complete something that they thought they couldn't do, didn't think it
Yeah.
was even possible.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, like, yeah, being able to help them later in life, like, sure, they might not do ninja, but they're not gonna forget about their time at the gym, being coached
Yeah,
by you, what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, that's powerful stuff, man. It's so
Yeah.
cool. And it just again, like for me, like you were saying, we all go through that same path in ninja, like starting it and then going through all these challenges and things, and like being able to use for both of us as coaches, being able to use our experiences to help people is why we do it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
100%.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
super cool.
there's not a single failure that I've had in ninja that I haven't explained to all of my team kids. Like I come back from a competition, whether it's the show or whether it's our local like Colorado Ninja League, and I make sure that they do not have that same failure. Or if they do, like try to figure out why, like, whether it's making a stupid mistake physically, putting your hand in the wrong spot, or a stupid mistake mentally, like maybe your mind is not where it needs to be for a competition. I think if we're all learning from the same like database of experiences and failures, and you know I feel like I can do a pretty good job of teaching them like you know what to think, or you know how to perform, especially when it's something they're capable of doing. But I learn a lot from them. Like I
Oh,
hear,
yeah.
yeah, and it's like especially when you're coaching like the outgoing 9 and 10 year olds, like they say a lot, and some of those things they say in between like the brain rot and the memes are actual like nuggets of like information that it's like wow, like it's like I'm gonna use this at my next comp. Like
Yeah,
it like there's like everybody in Ninja has something to offer. Like and
100%.
I learn from them, they learn from me, and I love coaching, dude.
Dude, me
It's
oh my god, it's so
it's
fun.
such a happy time.
Oh, this is just amazing. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Coaching is the way. But so you still compete, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm in an interesting period. Obviously for in my 8 years of competitive ninja, I've been on the show 6 times. I was on American Ninja Warrior Junior once, and, and a crazy amount of NNL, WNL seasons, UNAA seasons, NSC did 4 seasons of that, qualified for the championship 3 times. Just lots of ninja. I've seen it all. Pretty much every multi stage that's happened. Like I've been there. Um, but that was all as like a high school and college student. And now I'm at a point, graduated college, I'm working full time, and kind of at a point now with Ninja where it's like I'll always make time to coach. I love coaching our team. Um, I'm trying to take up as many new hobbies as I can, lifting, playing a lot of disc golf, a lot of pickleball, and that's
That's
been
sick.
great. And now Ninja is just kind of backed up to be like still that outlet, just less often. Just trying to balance it because Joe Moravsky said it best when the teens showed up. He's like the teenagers they have fewer responsibilities, and I never understood that when I was younger, and now I do. Now it's like wow, like it's I'm looking at these 14-year-olds and it's like, "Oh my god, like how are they doing this? How are they training 6 days a week, 5 hours each time?" So, I took the season off of competing from every league except FINA, just because our team kids are out here at the UNAA FINA championships, and it just made sense for me to come out here, come back home for the week. And I always still plan on doing American Ninja Warrior because that's still the dream. Like even though I've done it once, twice, now 6 times, even though I've hit buzzers, made it to the national finals, like even if I won the show, like it would still be the dream to compete. Like that never goes away for me. But yeah, Ninja and competing have kind of found a great spot in my life, and I'm very happy with where it is now. And I definitely look back and miss being able to do 25 competitions in a season, but very happy with where I'm at now.
Yeah, that's great. So you don't like sounds like you don't miss it. You're kind of just in a different period of your life now. So like
Yeah.
I guess maybe talk about what that transition was like going from competing as much as you were, being on the show, doing 25 NNLs slash WNLs a season, like to then
Yeah.
now just doing whatever you can. Like
Yeah.
because I feel like, for a while, like people like Joe and people that are older in the community were talking about how like when you're younger you can just put so much time and energy into it.
Yeah.
Like I did the same thing when I was that age. Like we
Yeah.
all we all do it, but like I'm curious, you having gone through it, excuse me, for you having gone through it so recently, maybe explain like what that process was like. Was it difficult? Like, did you like have like did you feel like you regretted doing that? Or like, I guess maybe talk through what the whole
Yeah.
process was like.
Yeah. I used to have crazy FOMO, fear of missing out for my older viewers uh when I would compete. Like I couldn't miss a WNL. I'd be so sad if I missed a competition. Especially early on NSC, like I had to be doing it. Like whatever the latest and greatest was in Ninja had to be there. And if I wasn't, if I had to watch on the stream, it would eat me up inside. Like it was so sad. Um but lately in Ninja, and I think I never like I felt it, but I could never put it into words until Matt Bradley was on your podcast. And shout out Bradley, until he kind of put into words that said you can love Ninja without loving competitive Ninja. And I was like, wow, like yeah, that pretty much sums it up. It like I just got to a point where it's like I love training like 5 times a week with my Ninja Intensity crew. They're like everything was going so great. I was getting stronger, but I didn't want to do the latest and greatest anymore. Like I didn't need to be at NSCs anymore. I didn't need to be at WNL championships. I didn't need to be everywhere all at once, even though I was still pushing my limits in the gym and loving Ninja. And I think that transition kind of happened pretty slow that I didn't notice it at all. And now I'm at a point where it's like, yeah, like I'll watch an entire season of NSC just off the live streams. Like I don't need to be there. Like I don't need the inside scoop, first look at everything. Like I'm happy just being a viewer. And I think that transition, kind of falling out of love with competitive Ninja, made the transition of starting a job and training less easier for me. I was expecting it to be difficult, especially end of high school, beginning of college. I was like, man, like I need to make the most of this time. Like when I get to that point, like I'm just gonna be so sad. I'm gonna get a job with unlimited PTO so I can travel for all these NSCs and be everywhere. But no, it was an easier transition than I expected, and I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy that it wasn't challenging because if I had that same FOMO that I used to have, man, I'd be so miserable every NSC weekend, like watching from my couch. But very happy being able to now um, watch my best friends compete, watch the athletes that I coach compete. That makes me really happy just watching them off the stream now.
Yeah, it's so cool. So what do you attribute that easy transition to maybe? Like for those people that are gonna maybe go through that themselves one day, like, do you think it was just because of, where you're at in your life and kind of how you responded to those experiences you were having? Or like what do you think was the main cause for it being such an easy transition for yourself?
I definitely got to a point where I realized what ninja was in my life. My best friend Hans, he did ninja for years, absolute monster. Made it to stage 4 in AW, like he was so good. And then he packed up and went to the Air Force Academy for school. Like he's a boy genius, but uh, like his transition was quick. He was at the top of his game in ninja, and then the next day he was in basic training, and it was like wow, like ninja could just be gone. So partly I'm still grateful that I have ninja in my life and that it wasn't just gone overnight. Very, very lucky for that. Um, and I think that was definitely something that helped me mentally. It's just like, all right, like ninja kind of fills the gaps in my life. Like I don't have free time really, and that's by choice. Like when I'm not working or playing disc golf or lifting, like I will fill that time with ninja when I can. And just having it in that spot where it's like I'm doing everything physically can is good mentally. Like I think that mindset's always existed in ninja. It's like I'm fine losing in a comp if I know that I did everything I could, and that got taken outside of ninja now into a broader scheme. Like I'm training as much as I can. It's just not that much, but I feel fulfilled in that. And then you add that on top of ninja kind of moved in a direction that me selfishly personally didn't like. Like I'm a burnout athlete. I love endurance. I love the season 1 of NSC, the burnouts. You could wrap your legs around the pole and shake out for so long and there was no racing to a touch point and that was it for me. That was my favorite. And Ninja's not there right now and it hasn't been for a long time with the movement towards speed and whatever gets Ninja in front of more eyes, like, should be the goal of Ninja. And just me personally, I didn't love that aspect. Stage 3 athlete all the way, multi-stage athlete for sure. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, yeah, the OG. So yeah, that movement, like, I've no problem really with racing on the show. Like, I know a lot of people like, they're very anti-racing, anti all this, but I think it's fine. I have a good time doing it. I love doing it, but it's just outside of the show and all of the leagues. Like if it's really link or get left behind, and I don't like linking. I like backswings, and so seeing that change and doing everything I could and like putting in years of speed training and it's still not being enough in competitions. Like I felt like Lightning McQueen in the third Cars movie when he's getting passed by all these new animals. Jackson Storm is now Jackson Erdoff. So yeah, just all those things together kind of made that transition pretty easy for me.
Yeah, it makes sense, and I definitely can relate 'cause that's kind of why I stopped competing and lost the joy of it as well is because, yeah, like you're saying, like, I didn't like the direction the sport was going. For me, it was more so, like, all the tech stuff, like, all these
Yeah,
precision moves,
yeah,
like, just like, dude, this is I would see people spend, like, an hour plus in the gym working on the same move, get it once, film it, and be done. I'm like, "This is not what ninja is was
you'll
for
get
me,"
you'll
like
get a nice 50,000 views on Instagram for that one,
yeah.
but that's what it felt like for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
and it was like that for I think now it's maybe kind of switched out of that maybe? I mean, it still exists, obviously, but, like,
yeah,
there was a while there, I'm just like, "Dude, this is not I don't like this. This is not fun." Like, I don't need
yeah,
to,
yeah,
I like what you're saying, like, I like the burnout being pushed physically, having to push myself mentally to work through
yeah,
that burnout and how you're feeling in those moments, like, that was what I fell in love with was like I can't even describe it, just, like, that feeling of, like, being at your limit and having to push past it. That was, like,
yes,
why I got into it, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, my favorite thing with the training was burnout, like, same thing you're saying, just
yeah,
hang as long as you can, do as many obstacles in a row as you can,
yeah,
like, it was
yeah.
so fun.
No, you guys had like a full on stage 3 course up here. You got like the floating boards, the roulette
Yeah.
cylinder, the cliffhanger.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude,
yeah.
you guys are made for that. So
Yeah, that's because that's how I got my start, like, that's what we mainly did back then was all
yeah,
that kinda
that was
stuff.
what was on the backyard rigs. Were like those
Exactly.
obstacles.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was like cliffhanger, salmon ladder, and that's like it, like
Yeah,
rope climbs. Like that's all we
yeah,
had. Like
yeah,
now you have all these fancy gyms, all this crazy tech and moves and fancy equipment and all this. It's cool and all, but it's just different. And like
yeah,
you're saying. And
100%, 100%.
so for you, you had a slower transition, but also it seems like it made it easier because of you not necessarily liking the direction the sport was in. And I know earlier we were talking, we were getting coffee and food that like you did so many comps over here, like, it seems like you were describing how the atmosphere on the East Coast with competing is very different from where you're at now.
Yeah,
So, if you could
yeah.
talk about that?
Yeah, of course, of course. I think it's kind of a mix too. It's competing feels very different geographically, east versus west. Colorado is going to be west for this example. Also timing of the whole thing. So what when I was doing 25 WNLs in a season, uh, like I was training by myself. I'd come to Dexterity, of course, to train, but most of the time I was just in my basement. I had obstacles down there. I loved just building down there, learning how to rig, learning how obstacles worked, and I mean, I was just totally a loner, just by myself, like all the time. And Saturday, Sundays, those roll around, and my dad and I load up the car. We're driving up to New Jersey that weekend, or New York that weekend, or down in North Carolina, and just for a single WNL. And it was so fun. Like, maybe I think that was the first year Elite existed. And so that first year they added Elite, these Northeast competitions were unreal. Like, they were stacked. It was just, I mean, you had monsters coming in, you had people traveling in, like flying for a center court, like NNL. Like, it was jammed. It was so sweet. Like, one of those first elite comps felt like an NSC level. Like, the courses were great, the field is great. And I'd go all over the East Coast, up to New York. I'd go down to Florida for these competitions. Like, I had a ton of fun. It felt like the value of my entry fee was so worth it to hang out with my friends, to run a great course, to train with them afterwards in redemption time, and to grab dinner afterwards. That it was so worth it. And that went on for a few seasons. Obviously, when it's not brand new, like, it loses some excitement and everything. And then finished high school, moved out to Colorado for school, and out there we don't really have WNLs. There used to be one at a Ninja Nation. It's mostly UNAA's, plus our local Colorado Ninja League, and now FINA's, but it felt different. And maybe that's because it's later on, maybe because everything's older, or maybe it's because we only have to drive an hour to get to 7 different gyms, opposed to the East Coast, where it definitely was more traveling. But it feels everything feels different now. Like, it's rare that you have a competition where you're proud to pay the entry fee, especially in the qualifiers. Like, the experiences I've had lately, it's just been like, maybe the field hasn't been great, maybe Ninja's lost its way a little bit, but it's like, yeah, you pay the entry fee just to clear the first obstacle and be in the top 10 to qualify, or whatever that format looks like. And it's just different, and it's not where, like, I kind of want Ninja to be across the board, especially with the gearing towards speed. Like, you notice when I run a competition now in Colorado, we'll do the walkthrough, and especially for pro, and it's a course that everybody is expected to clear. Like, that's another thing. Like, I used to compete, like, in these WNLs where I'd look at the course, be like, I'm not clearing this. And, like, maybe one person is, maybe it's Josiah's day, maybe it's like Aiden Wood's day, but it's like, yeah, like, this is a genuinely hard course. Like, I don't know if anyone's clearing. And that was cool, because then you get the move and surprise yourself, and it's like, man, yeah. But now, like, we're in a world where if you don't clear, it's bad. Like, it feels like you kind of let yourself down. Like, it feels like the standards have just gotten so high, and Ninja was always great because it wasn't gymnastics. Like, you weren't always pursuing perfection. Like, you could be as scrappy as you wanted and just get through the course, like, however. But now, if you're not absolutely perfect, especially in these some of these qualifier competitions, like, it's just not the same at the pro level anymore. And maybe that's just like a West Coast experience. Maybe that was just like a 2025 competition experience, but I kind of felt like that existed across the board. I don't know. I want to know your thoughts on that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think a lot of things have become more about that, especially with, like, the head-to-head being so more prevalent nowadays and racing and all, like, yeah,
Yeah.
one mistake's all it take, and for me, yeah, like you're saying, like, when I got into ninja, it was all about just beating the course. Like,
Yep.
that's what made it special. Everyone was in together. Like, sure, you were competing against each other technically, but like
Yeah.
it was all about taking down the mountain, beating the course,
Yep.
whatever. And so once that kind of, you know, fell apart, and it not fell apart, it's still there, I think, to some degree. But yeah, it's definitely not as much like that anymore for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Which is sad. That's not why you and I got involved or went to start in the first place, and it's sad and all. But you were mentioning earlier talking about like how the comp scene is different. And it seems like for you, when you were on the East Coast, a big part of it was that interpersonal, hanging out with friends, hanging out afterwards. Like that's what made it so special. And then seeing people you don't see all the time, like that was what made
Yeah.
comps fun.
Yep.
And it was like that for me too. Like we go to comps, AR be the first comp. They weren't as frequent as they are now. So I thought it was even more like what you're saying because you really didn't see each other often at all.
Yeah.
And people would travel in for these comps or to Warrior Lab, wherever else. And you see everybody for the first time in who knows how many months or weeks. And yeah, it was an awesome experience. It was fun. It was so enjoyable. And now
Yeah.
things are so, especially on the East Coast, like there are comps we're in WNL season, like there are comps every weekend, multiple comps a weekend.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of
Yeah.
lost that same thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And part of it too for me in Colorado is that, like everyone I compete with is my training group. Like the majority of pro males in Colorado are from Ninja Intensity. Like it's my group chat. Like that's who I'm competing with. Or so that part feels different too. Like I'm not traveling up into the Northeast to see a bunch of different ninjas from all over from different states that I wouldn't normally see on any given day. But now like I'm competing against my training group and my best friends, and definitely that feels like we're not all going out to dinner after these comps. We're just trying to get home and get some sleep before I got to go to work and they have to go to school because we're competing 11 p.m. on a Sunday night. So that element of it definitely feels different. Definitely feels different too.
Right. Yeah. So again, with that, yeah, that this stuff outside of competing that made it so much more fun and worth it for you doesn't exist. That also has made you kind of have this easier
Yeah,
transition out of it. Yeah,
yeah,
it makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of the trade off. It's like I'm not a loner in my basement anymore, building obstacles by myself. Like I'm doing things with a real friend group that I love so much, and because of that, like I personally feel like the ninja competition side of it, that fun has taken a little bit of a hit,
Mm.
which, like I'll take that trade off any day. Like having friends, like love it. Like, dude, I'd highly recommend it. But yeah, I'm very impressed to the people that, can balance that where like, you know, they're still able to have that same experience that we used to, like with their friends. And I see the crews that these gyms are putting out at competitions now, and some of them are huge. Like
Mhm.
especially in the New England region, like I'll watch WNL or something, and like half the field is just wearing one jersey, and it's like wow,
Yeah, that's cool.
it's I mean great on them, but I feel like that it takes away from me, it takes away a little bit of like the the joy of seeing everyone for the first time in a month again, feeling that
Sure, yeah.
we used to have.
Yeah, I think it's coming back though, because like kids on our team, for example, like some of the kids on our elite team, they're going to these NSCs and going to these comps and like they're hanging out. Like you're saying,
Yeah,
they're getting food. They're doing that. So I think
yeah.
it's cool to see it coming back
Oh,
again. Like, and
absolutely.
maybe it's never fully been gone, but I guess from our perspective, it has
Yeah,
been.
yeah,
But maybe that's on us. Who knows?
yeah, yeah. This,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
But it seems like it is still there. And like what makes Ninja so special is ultimately the community, right? Like that is
yeah,
why we were talking about earlier how all the things we've discussed so far, from like it being able to help you overcome obstacles to going through the same process and having this very challenging sport that we're all dealing with together. But ultimately comes another big part of it is the community too. Like that's
yeah,
why we all love it and want to stay involved in it. And
yeah.
it's so supporting and
Absolutely.
like obviously as the sport continues to grow, there's gonna continuously, in my opinion, have more bad eggs, so to speak, come in where they
Yeah.
kind of take out that community feel. But I think as all of us as like leaders in the community, whether you're a coach or a gym owner or a famous athlete, like we can be the ones to inspire and to teach people that "Oh, this is how our sport's supposed to be run."
Oh, absolutely.
Especially like now that we're getting bigger and like potentially the Olympics, all these things, like these people from the outside are gonna keep coming in,
Yeah.
but we have to be the ones to show them from the inside out, this is what our sport's meant to be
Yep.
about.
Yeah.
And if we can all do
Absolutely.
that, then it'll keep that
Yeah.
core
Yeah.
essence that we love so much, you know?
Yeah. No. When my team kids goes to a comp locally or nationally that none of their friends are at, and they're sad about it, I'm like, no, no, no. Like, you're not understanding. This is great. Like, you just go up, stand next to someone that's looking at the same obstacle you are, and talk beta or talk
Yeah.
talk like ask them where they're from. Like it's so easy in Ninja to make friends.
Yeah.
Because the biggest part of your life is also the biggest part of their life. Like it is so easy. And I think that's something we used to take advantage of more. And now that these gym communities and local communities are bigger, people don't really do that as much anymore, especially in the youth because they don't have to.
Right.
But I think it's just it's so sick, like to go up to someone you've never met or even someone you've watched on TV or someone you look up to, whether it's like in the local leagues or like big scale. It's like, yeah, like if you want to go be friends with Daniel Gill, go be friends with Daniel Gill. Like, yeah, just go talk obstacles with them. It's so easy. And
Yeah.
it's obviously we're all shy. Like the majority of ninjas are pretty introverted, I feel like.
Yeah,
But the
that's fair.
second like you get comfortable, like we can all chat a ninja for hours. Like
100%.
it's so easy.
Yeah, I fully agree, man. And we try to like encourage our team here because obviously we have a quite a large team. We have such a strong community here. Like it's like a big family, man. It's so I mean you're a part of it. You get it. Like it's
Yeah.
awesome here. Like
Dexterity Ninja Team member right here, 2022.
yeah. But like even on our expectation sheet we give out to the kids now and stuff, when we talk to the team, it's like we're telling them to do what you're saying. Like go meet new people. Like go
Yep.
encourage the other athletes. Talk to them. Like make new friends. Like
Yep.
we try that, and they do, like,
Yeah.
not all of them, obviously, but, like, for a lot of them, they do go and talk to their ninjas, and they go to their houses when they're traveling and things, and,
Yep.
like, it's cool to see that
Yeah.
camaraderie in that community, and
I love it. That's how you get better. Like
yeah, true.
as a ninja, as a human, like it's just these are skills that are just like they're great in ninja. They'll make you a better ninja. But if you can carry those skills outside of ninja, like for a lot of my team kids, like if they want to quit team and go pursue bull riding like next year, go and do it. One of our kids did. Like,
No way.
yeah, yeah. I hope he's still doing well, dude. Like
That's
that's
awesome.
terrifying, but like it translates to everything and it's such a powerful skill and you know, if they can approach everything else like the way that they approach the ninja community, I think that's going to set a lot of people up great.
So, I wanna yeah, I fully agree with you, and what you said made me think of this, and it's interesting because ninja is so powerful, it's such a cool sport, and I'm not sure if you experienced this when you were this age, or if you know the kids at your gym experiencing this, but, like, I've talked to people at my gym, and they don't talk about ninja at school. They're almost, like, embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like and I never understood that, like, so when I did ninja when I was in high school, nobody knew what it was, like,
Yep.
it was nothing, and, like,
Yep.
by my senior year, like, everyone kind of, like, knew me for ninja, like, they saw my YouTube videos or whatever, like, they thought it was cool, but, like, nowadays, it seems like it's way more known than it's ever been. People definitely, like, know it more,
Yeah.
but still the kids are, like, embarrassed, no one to talk about it.
Yeah.
So the first question for you is, like, did you feel that way? Do you hear anybody else feel that way? And, like, what would be your advice to them?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I have a lot of experience with that one as well. Like, I think 5 or 6 of our team kids, I think they're some of the older team kids, like when they go to school, like they all go to the same school, like they don't talk to each other, they don't look at each other. I'm like, hold on, you guys are like chalking each other up on this burnout, but you can't like eat lunch together, and that makes no sense to me. And I look at some of like our really young team kids, and they're each other's best friends at school too, and it's like, huh? Because when I was in high school, like I wanted to be the ninja kid. Like I loved the attention. Oh my gosh, I'm wearing my national finalist backpack like around, even through college, like I'm wearing it. I'm like, yeah, I want you to see that and come talk to me. Like, oh my goodness. I loved it. Like the teachers were like super into it. I was like, yeah, like I'm the ninja kid. And, just to like and then I see that people like they're like, yeah, like I don't really want to talk about it as much. Like I don't want to be the ninja person. I just want like regular friends, regular everything. I was like, yeah, like you kind of realize like once you're the ninja person, you're not the regular normal kid. Like you're not dressed in the same way as everyone, like coming to school in your big loud Ninja Warrior t-shirts. Like it's definitely a different thing. And it's interesting the way some people like suppress that personality side or like thing when they go to school. And especially everyone who does ninja loves ninja. And yeah, for them to pretend that like they're normal in a way is funny. And I'm not saying that's the wrong thing to do, like per se, but the way that some people kind of make the choice, they're like either going to be the ninja kid or not the ninja kid, and And it's like, talk about it. Like I always say, like it's so sick, and it's again easiest way to make friends outside of ninja too. Like people want to hear about that. Like you're training to be on what TV show? Like you're doing what? Like you're not just kicking a ball around. Like that'd be cool. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel like, yeah, it's a cool thing, like, when you especially these kids, like, there's kids on our team that are, like, really, really good at ninja. Like,
yeah,
it's not like there's some scrub, and, like,
right,
even they don't wanna talk about it. It's like,
yeah,
dude, like, you're, like, one of the best in the world at your sport, like, people are gonna find that sick, and even if you're not that good, like you're saying, it's different, it's unique, like, it's a fun thing, and, like, I think it's always better to be authentic to who you are and to be as close to be yourself because
yeah,
that way the friends you're gonna meet are gonna be the friends that you actually care about and are keep around
yeah,
for the long term. But
yeah, absolutely,
if you're hiding who you are and you're hiding the biggest part of like one of your biggest things you like or you're passionate about, then like
yeah,
I don't know, I feel like that's not being true to yourself and you're just gonna make yourself be more
yeah,
unhappy, which is so
yeah,
sad to see. But
yeah. I mean, there's definitely the other side to it, though. I think I lost friends or pissed people off because I was so loud and proud of it. Like,
sure.
and it's one thing if you're like, oh, like yeah, like I do ninja, like I'm gonna own this playground. It's another thing if you're walking around like I just did a buzzer on American Ninja Warrior,
Oh
like
yeah.
bow down, like give
Sure.
let's trade during lunch because I had a bit of that, and that I honestly didn't see it in myself until like ending of college. I was like, oh my god, like some of the things that like I was like, man, like I love my friends because they had to put up with a lot of nonsense from me. So it's
Yeah, a lot I think that happens in ninja, like, there are people that are, really elite level ninjas or famous or big, and they get, like, these big egos, big heads, and,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I think that's the issue in general, no matter if it's ninja or what, like, once you start being cocky or arrogant or, holding yourself in this crazy regard, like, there's a difference between being confident and being arrogant, you know what I mean?
yes,
It's like
absolutely,
it's all in how you carry yourself and all, but
yeah,
I think if you're expressing your like for the sport in a good way and, like, being excited about it and happy about it, I think that's fine, like
yeah,
it's
yeah, of
no
course,
different from any other sport or hobby you might
yeah,
have, It's just and it's a cool hobby and cool sport to be a
yeah,
part of, so
right, yeah.
I
I
wish Go
no,
ahead, sorry.
go
No,
for it.
no, it's all you. You got it.
Oh, I mean, obviously, everyone dreads the interaction when they're like, "Oh yeah, I do Ninja Warrior," and they're like, either "What's that?" like Samurai or like Wipeout. Like those three interactions, I still dread them to this day. Like
Yeah.
it's not a fan of those, but man, the feeling that when like you say you do Ninja Warrior and they're like they ask like the TV show, and it's like your eyes just light up because then you can just go like that they know it, you know that they understand it,
Yeah.
and once you know that like you can open up so much, like you can
Yeah.
really share so much about Ninja and the light that it's brought to everyone. So it's cool when you get that interaction.
That's another thing too is like, yeah, if you don't share, then, if people won't hear about it as much, whereas if you were, like, sharing it and spreading it and stuff, like, then people are gonna get more involved in the sport,
Yeah,
maybe it'll help somebody else like
yeah,
it's helped you, you never know.
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I always, like and try to encourage them to talk about it or, like, be more confident in themselves with it, and
Yeah,
there's only so much I can do, obviously, but it's always sad to see when they're like, "Oh, yeah, like, I don't talk about it at school. No one knows that I do this." I'm like, "That's so sad." Like,
right, right.
that's so hard for me to relate
Yeah,
to,
I
but
mean one of these we're gonna tell like one of these kids is gonna find out at school from their friend who trains at Dexterity Depot. Their parents gonna be a billionaire, and that's the funding Ninja needs to make a burnout league that pays out tens of thousands of dollars in every competition.
Oh my
I
god.
I I can see that happening. That's the
That's
only way.
that's clear that has to be.
Yeah, it's our only
Oh
option.
my god. No, yeah, so, no, I appreciate you talking about that because we all go through it, of course, but I don't know. I wish that more kids, again, like I keep saying, would just be more confident and be able to talk
Yeah,
about it and stuff, and
yeah,
maybe hearing us talk about it would encourage people to hopefully talk about it more. I
yeah.
don't know,
That's
maybe
the
not.
goal. That's our goal. Yeah,
I guess, like, for me, my biggest piece of advice for someone like that is, again, just, like, be confident in who you are. You love this thing, and that's okay. You don't gotta be
yeah,
scared of it. You don't need to not tell people, and, like, if someone
right.
doesn't understand or get it, that's fine, it's okay.
Yeah,
But that doesn't mean you should hold back the biggest part of who you are because
right.
you're scared of them judging you or something, like, that's not
Right. Yeah, and it's fascinating too, like to see a kid that's so extroverted and outgoing in a ninja gym and see how quiet and shy they are like outside of it, like whether they're in school or whatever. It's wild because the side of them that you see in the ninja gym is their true self. Like they're not playing it up in there. Like that those are real emotions, real everything. And so yeah, like that's the side of them you want to see all the time. And so like I always encourage it. Like I'm like Like, tell people about Ninja, make like have a great circle of people that you can be that self with, and you'll be happy.
100%. That's the most important part.
Yep.
That's the most important part. Yeah, I mean, going back to something we talked about earlier, kind of switching off that is like we've been talking a lot about the future of the sport and like the direction it's going and stuff. And it has grown in so many great ways. Like there are more kids involved now. Like
Yep.
yes, we're just
Yep.
talking about the kids, not talking about it as much, but there are way more kids involved.
Oh,
Way more people know about it now.
it's grown so much
It's
every year.
so much. And like I'm curious your thoughts on the growth so far and if you are happy with it, if you're not happy with it. I mean, you kind of
I
already
like how you're
alluded to it.
smiling right now because
Yeah.
you know where we're going with this conversation, Tim.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. 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 I mean, let's start with the positives. Obviously, Ninja has grown, more people in it. Amazing. Gyms, more gyms popping up. Amazing. More money for the gyms. Like great. Like those are the priorities. Like if get more kids in the ninja gyms, like show them the community, show them the obstacles, and it's a special thing. And I think that's something that I will always like promote. Always want that. But in terms of where Ninja is now, the future of Ninja, and all that, obviously, I'm going to be talking about all this from like kind of the pro male level, like because that's the only experience I have really. Uh, um, I just it's not for me, and I'm a bit surprised about where everything is. So to give some backstory, I think 8 years ago ish, before NSC, while WNL and UNAA were in the early days, um, there were lots and lots of multi-stage competitions. Alternate Routes would host them. Jungle Gym, UBW, we had them at Ninja Intensity, like multi-stages to mimic the 4 stages of Vegas in A&W, the Mount Midoriyama, and they weren't affiliated with the league. The gyms would go out, they would get their own sponsors, uh, put up their own prize money, do whatever they could to get out these professional ninja athletes at the time. And maybe some of them were multi-stage comps. Some of them would be racing, like Wolfpack or like the Rockford event in Michigan. I know Colorado Ninja Nation put on like some big month-long event, speed course style, and that was cool because ninjas at the time could make a living, not a great living, but a living off of ninja. Like the prize money that they get would easily pay for their travel, hotel, and then, the month after that, like winning one of those. And I use Jake Murray as an example. He was a professional ninja. He obviously at the time, maybe the pro male level was less competitive, so he was able to win more because he was the man at ninja. He was so strong and such a good competitor, but he made a living off of ninja. And then to look at where ninja is now, that's not an option. Like, um, you know, UNAA and WNL, they have their and FINA now, they have their finals, they build, get to the championship. And, there's a solid check at the end of that for winning that. Like, congrats, you win $3,000, $5,000 check, whatever it is for elites. Like, great. But that's a whole season's worth of work for that one check and a lot of travel, especially nowadays where you have the regionals. I know for West Coast Ninjas, like when you have the championship in North Carolina, UNAA, it's the same way. FINA, it's the same way. NSCs now, you have the most competitive competitions ever. You have the strongest fields. Uh, and now winning one of these comps, usually for males around 1,500 on a good day, females like 500 on a good day,
Wait,
maybe a bit
really? I didn't
more.
realize they were different like that.
Yeah, they do percentage based for NSC.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. It might be a bit like I could have the numbers wrong for sure, but it is a lot more for elite male, and that comes with another conversation that you know I, I don't know if I'm qualified to have, but you know it it's a different number than it for winning than it used to be, and it's a different experience, and it's like even if you did every NSC qualifier in a season and won all of them, you're nowhere close to making a living off of Ninja. Like, people used to be pulling in tens of thousands of dollars, like, from Ninja competitions 8, 10 years ago, and now they're not. Whether the quality of the competition has gone up, gone down, whether the size of Ninja has grown, apparently doesn't really matter because we've talked about it, like Ninja has grown. More people are in gyms, more families are involved. Like everything is bigger except the prize money. So I don't understand how that happened. Like what changed? I do know that with the growth of the leagues, a lot of gyms stopped doing these multi-stage competitions because, well, they might get more signups from hosting NSC. Like you get a whole crew that comes in, does your live stream, does the host the competition. Like all you have to do is make the courses, which is the fun part. Working the comp day of is not the fun part. Like resetting obstacles is 2 days is the worst. But
Shout
yeah,
out Mark Bogdan, but anyway, continue.
yeah, it's like I think and that pro level of Ninja, it's lost its way. And man, I know we're about to host our sixth bucket of chalk comp this season. And I've said from the beginning the why I do the bucket of chalk comps because I want other gyms to mimic that. I want to push Ninja in the direction that I want it to see grow. And it's like people come out to the bucket of chalk comps, you know, 3,000 for first place, 5,000 for grand champ. Like Josiah walked away with an $8,000 check for a weekend of work. That's where Ninja used to be, but more common. And everyone comes out, everyone loves it. They have a great time. Amazing. I hope to see for the next season that more gyms decide to do that, but that just doesn't happen right now. And obviously, yes, youth of the sport is huge. Just hosting pro comps might not be enough to to be sustainable for sure. We're very lucky at Ninja Intensity. Like Kate and I are the designers. His family owns the gym. His grandma goes around our town and does sponsorship work for us. Like I'm in a very great position with that. Bucket's in a very great position, but I know other gyms can do it because they have. It's just really the decision to do it. It's a lot more work than an NSC hosting an individual comp. So it's tough, but it's I think that's the direction I want to see it go. So instead of looking forward to, more what's the word? Uh like if Ninja goes in the Olympics, it'd have to be like not consistent, but like
Standardized?
standardized. Yes. Not a fan of standardization of Ninja. And I think a lot of people are looking forward. They're like, all right, well, like if we standardize a speed course and put in the Olympics, it'll get in front of more eyes and we'll get more money for it. But it's like, I think majority of ninjas would rather have more multi stages than only having to train one course for the rest of their lives. And I just think I think in to see Ninja go the direction I want to go, maybe I'm just nostalgic, but I want to see it where it was 8 years ago, just with the numbers and the funding that it has today.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I think there's a lot for us to unpack and talk about here. I mean, obviously, like for me when I first started, yeah, it was all multi-stage, four-stage comps.
Yep.
Those were some of the best comps I ever
Yeah, you
did.
get a
There
wolf
was
pack here or there, like
sure, yeah, but even just like yeah, alternate routes, the lab, wherever
yeah,
else, like I love those comps. They were so
yeah,
fun. And like it's yeah, it was training for the show, it was the whole four-stage Mount Dorama, like the whole feel of it was true to the what made me start in the first
yeah,
place. But it seems like and that's a whole like we can get more to that, but I want to touch on the other thing first is like it sounds like the big thing that you want to see change is just being able to be a ninja athlete and get paid to be a ninja athlete. And
yeah, yeah,
yeah, and I will say like from from the business side of things, and this is my opinion, is like those big events are cool and all, but they're not sustainable, I think, as a business
yeah,
right now.
yeah.
But I feel like the leagues are the way to get to a point where it is sustainable like that.
Oh, 100. And I know how much Ninja Intensity gets paid for hosting these NSCs and the UNAAs and the FINAs and even our Colorado Ninja Leagues. Like the gyms need the checks to roll in at the end of the day because, Like, they put in tons of work for that. The gyms are spending tons of money on obstacles. They're throwing away birthday parties and open gyms, even classes to be able to close the gym down before. Like, absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
I totally see that. Like,
Yeah,
it's
well,
hard.
sustainable for the gyms, but also, like, one day as the sport grows, if there is a more consistent stream of events like how it is with the league, then I think it'll be easier to find sponsors, find
Yeah.
people to invest in it. Like, I think that is a more concrete pathway than just like, "Oh, there's a one-off event here, one-off event there."
Yes. Yeah.
And honestly, like, this is the same problem kinda Chase Tag was dealing with is, like, we had, like, the last Worlds, so we just had Worlds in this past June, then before that, it was, like, 2 years before that. So, like,
Yes. Yeah.
it wasn't consistent. So
Yeah.
to find people that can because usually, like, if you're gonna get a big sponsor, they're gonna invest in your whole season, not just in a one-off event, you know what I
Right.
mean? So,
Right.
like, if we have the leagues in place to have these big, long seasons, then I feel like it's more yeah, I'm no expert in sponsorship. I feel like it's more based on the things I've learned and people I've talked to, it seems like that's a more likely scenario, and it's more
Yeah.
sustainable for to get big sponsors
Yeah.
involved. Because ultimately, yeah, like, I think we need more I agree. I think the elite level, you should be able to get paid to be an elite level ninja athlete.
Yeah.
Like, that would be awesome, like, if it can be a legit career path for you, and right
Yeah.
now it's not. Like, I agree with what you said earlier is true, like, it's not, you can't be anymore. Maybe you never could be. Like you said, you could make a good living before, maybe you make some
Yeah.
money with
Yeah.
big comps, but, like
Yeah.
and nowadays, it's like you either own a gym, you coach at a gym, maybe you go around and do, like, speeches and stuff. I know some ninjas will do that, but
Yeah.
that's not, like, is that all they do? I don't know, like
Yeah. It's just interesting. Like,
but being an athlete, like, competing
yes.
and getting paid to compete, that doesn't exist right now for sure,
Yes.
and it would be cool to see,
Yeah.
and it's what is that pathway?
Yeah.
I think everyone the one thing I'll say, I feel like everybody kind of wants to see ninja grow and to be this big, huge sport, but so many people are trying to be the one to do it, and they're all, like,
Yep.
pushing back on each other,
Oh,
like
yeah. We've seen that for years. I feel like
yeah.
between you get Bob Clark and Chris Wilczewski, they're both trying to push Ninja to be as big as it can be, and like you just see the two sides of it doing it different ways, and it's
Yeah, I wish everyone's worked together, to be honest, but I know that's more complicated than that. I
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
all the details,
We're not
but
gonna be the ones to solve the exclusivity agreement on this
sure.
podcast,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I think
hundred
talking
percent.
about it is good, and I feel like there's so much tension in the community at times. People will, like, point fingers and get mad at the WNL, and maybe they don't as much other leagues, and we were talking about that earlier too, which is kinda
Yeah,
funny. Like, people demonize what the WNL does and things for some odd reason, and they can't do no right. Even if they have, like, a perfect event, like you were saying earlier, like, they're still gonna get some sort
yeah.
of hate.
What's I feel like honestly that it starts so small with gyms with comps now, like in the kids, like people don't look for the good in comps anymore. Like
Yeah.
the majority of comps, like our team kids will walk away and be like, that was dumb, or the parents will walk away and be like, that was dumb. And then to see that scaled all the way up to these finals, obviously there's never gonna be a perfect ninja competition.
Sure.
Someone will always be pissed off. Parents will always be displeased about something.
Disappointed, yeah, yep.
They love to complain. Have you ever seen this parents Facebook group
Oh,
chat?
no, but I know about it, yeah, of
Oh my
course.
god,
I mean, don't even get me started on that thing, bro.
it's just terrible. It's bad.
It's so toxic,
It,
yeah.
it's it's
And
it's
there's
not.
actually a different one now, so apparently they moderated it, and there's, like, a separate page called the Badlands where it's
Oh my
just toxic
gosh,
shit.
just
It's terrible, and it's
yeah.
like, again, like, this stuff is so bad for the sport,
I
and, like,
know.
it creates this division and separation, which is so sad because, like, if everyone has worked together and, like, was in this together to try to push this sport,
Yeah.
it would go so much further, so
Oh,
much quicker, you know?
I know. We used to walk away from competitions, no matter how flawed, and just be appreciative and happy about it. And now,
Yeah.
if the best comp ever has one bad thing about it, the group chat goes off. No one's happy.
Yeah, it's
WNL
crazy.
sucks. UNA sucks. It's just those are the reactions you get, and it's like, okay. And it would just be better if the people that were unhappy just didn't go. Like,
Yeah.
like the numbers are great and everything, but it's like, okay, but you're gonna keep going and doing 25 WNLs in a season, no matter how unhappy you are. Just like it, it's
I
it's
also
hard to
it
watch.
is hard to watch, and also I think these people that do complain, they have no idea how much work and
Oh,
effort, energy it
100%.
takes to run these events, do these type of
Yep.
things, and yeah, it's terrible because I think they shit on people so much and they talk
Yeah.
so much trash. But I'd like to see any one of those people try to run these events. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
people don't understand how much work it takes to do this, and
Yeah.
God, I
Even
wish
even
they
the
would.
bad ones. Like
Sure.
doesn't matter like how you feel about any league, any finals, any individual comp. Like they're all putting in a
Yeah,
ridiculous amount of work.
they're still also people, and you should treat them with respect. And
Yeah.
I think they're I say all that, but again, I think like when it comes to some things, like obviously, I think it is good for people to say things and
Yeah.
to communicate because things can always get improved. And like I
Yeah.
think it's the way of how you communicate that. I think that's important.
Yes.
And like and I
Yeah.
think and this is a different topic, but like some of the gyms that aren't known for having not as good comps or their courses aren't as good. Like I think there should be more training from the leagues to help with that kind of thing. Or
Yeah.
but that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
But back to this whole concept of like the future of the sport and all, and making a ninja a possible career path as an athlete. Like I think the one thing too, and we're seeing this a lot in chase tag, is like people want everything right now, but
Yes.
both like ninja and chase tag are still so new
Yep.
that it's just gonna take more time to develop. And
Yeah.
I don't know what the exact pathway is, but like yeah, like something like I need to think about it all a lot more, but there certainly is a path for that without the community. But I think one of the problems is the community pushing back on itself to get in the way of itself with stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is something. But
And and I'm sure people like me who selfishly want these stage threes and burnouts and multi-stage competitions are getting in the way of that. Like,
maybe not.
but it's just it's tough because it's like in the grand scheme of things, like it obviously it's going to take a ton of work, but it should not be as hard as it is right now. Like
Sure.
ninjas have made it very difficult for themselves
Yeah.
to because we all want different things. I feel like, I mean, a lot of people want the standardization. They want the 100-meter ninja course. They want the Olympics, big, all this. And I want what it was 10 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see Jeff and Isaac climb the rope again. Like
Yeah.
it's just so tough. And, even
Yeah.
even if you're not happy, like it's still like even if the leagues aren't what you want and what the Olympics aren't what you want, or if it is what you want, you're not happy that it's not there now. You can still just go into your gym and train. Like it
Yeah, that's true.
doesn't really matter that much.
That's
Like,
true, yeah.
yeah,
That's true.
but people they love to complain. They love to be unhappy.
I think that's a cultural thing, to be honest. It's not just with ninjas, it's across so many
Yeah,
things
that
that
yeah,
people do
yeah,
these
I
days,
agree. Yeah,
but
and I'm sure many people are happy. You just
oh,
the
yeah.
negative thoughts are just so
Well, they're
loud.
so loud, and those people are the loudest in the room. I would say that all the time. Like, yeah, people. It's rare that even for me here with the gym, like people will say positive things every time I hear it. I'm always so grateful. Like people will say these things, like,
Yeah,
and it really means so much to me because a lot of the times, like you're saying, the people that are the most loud are the ones that are the most negative, and like I get so much crap for dumb things, and people don't see the full picture, or they just
yeah,
like they don't talk to me and they assume these things. It just creates this tension and like drama and stress. It's
it's
just like,
terrible.
oh my god, like it's crazy. But that's another conversation. But
Yeah,
it seems like everyone wants the same thing. They want to see Ninja grow. They want all these things, and it's just
yep.
like, well, what's the path? What's the pathway to get there? And like, I think there needs to be more communication between all the leagues, all the organizations, all the stakeholders to figure out like what that is. And
Keep it away from the parents' Facebook group, though.
that's big, yeah.
Those stakeholders don't count. It's bad.
Jokes, parents. Obviously, you spend a lot of money to have your kid come to a gym, but you see the point we're making here. Hopefully, if you don't, then that's on you.
Yes, yeah,
As a disclaimer, but you know what? I don't even care. But yeah, it's tough, and I do agree the 4 stage comps would be cool. I mean, we're just kind of talking here, and again, like you and I can talk. We're not the ones running the leagues,
yeah,
and like
yeah,
I think we don't see the full picture either. I'll be honest. Like, I have no
yeah,
idea. Like I know maybe in the past these different organizations have had tried to work together. Maybe things haven't gone well, or there's
yeah,
been issues, and I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and neither do you, of course. But it's like, yeah. So it's hard for us to have these exact opinions, but we can talk more generally. Like I feel like with the WNL specifically, if there were less elite comps, it would definitely make the elite division mean more.
yes,
And if there were less elite comps, like for Premier Series, like it's a bigger deal because
yep,
the league, like if there were less comps like that, and then we didn't have, because right now, like we host like 8 WNL comps a season. Like we do four
yep,
tier ones, four
yep,
tier twos. Now we're doing Premier Series. Like it's a lot, and we do it because it's good for business and because I like supporting the sport and the community. But if there were fewer comps and those comps were bigger comps, then we could easily offer more cash prizes.
yes, yeah. That's the thing. It's like 8 comps in a season is exactly what the youth divisions need. Like,
Sure, but for the
and
pros, that thing is the opposite. They need
yes,
less.
yeah, the pros, especially the ones from further away. I'm gonna pick on Dexterity here. They don't want to drive to Campville, Pennsylvania, like
Sure,
that far, especially when every other weekend they're going to every other corner of
correct.
the East Coast.
Yeah, and like you were saying earlier about you just having to qualify at these events and move on to the next thing, it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
if there's a gym 10 minutes from your house.
Yeah, all you do is clear the first obstacle.
Yeah.
If you're competitive with your friend that's there, great.
Mhm.
Like running, I'm sure all the kids run hard no matter what, but
Yeah.
it's
I
just
agree. I think for the youth divisions, more is fine. I think I'm
yeah,
not opposed to it. I wish the season was shorter for WNL, to be
yeah.
honest, but like I think it's way too long. That's my opinion. I've been saying that for a long time. This whole 10-month long season and plus right in Premier Series, I think it's way too much for people and it just creates too much burnout.
Yeah, bring it
Uh,
up with Greg.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've tried telling people, bro. They never listen to me. Who am I? But but yeah, I think like for the elites, like yeah, fewer comps is better because then I could offer big cash prizes and things like
Yeah.
for me, if I'm hosting, 4 elite comps in a season and putting so much work into these comps and
Yeah.
spending money on these comps, like I can't give them when you're
Yes.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
But if there was like one big one that we did, then yeah, I could for sure like
Right,
do more of
right.
that.
Yeah, there's just such a big disconnect between ninja at every other level and then elites. Like it's
Yeah.
like elites just don't go into the same mentality, especially with how good these Northeast elites are at this point. Like
Yeah.
Jackson, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Dexterity. I'm gonna run a great course that you guys build. Like, I'll take whatever my $100 bill at the end of the comp, walk out,
Yeah.
and have a great day. But it's like when those top guys like do a comp, the ones they want it like if you're like, oh yeah, like hit that course, $2,500 like check or something like that.
Sure.
Obviously, that's just summoning money out of nowhere. But I'm sure like whether it's bringing like the elite comps down or doing whatever, but it's just so weird to see like I'm looking at elite comps now and there'll be like 5 elite males at this comp or 8 at this comp, and it's like, oh, maybe like register like everything's just down. And then you see the championships and there's like 300 of them,
Yeah, they're just doing it
and
all
it's
spread
like
out.
they'll do it at some point. They just doesn't reflect in the qualifiers.
It's
It's like,
also interesting because, like you said, however many years ago when you did 25 comps a season, like it used to be that way. Like
yeah,
I almost wonder what changed. I have an opinion on this. I think it's because there's too many nowadays.
yep,
A lot of gyms, quite frankly, probably shouldn't be hosting elite comps because they're not equipped enough to do so,
yep,
at least
yep,
well. Also, like it became less specialized. Like people didn't go to as many of the comps, so they weren't as fun because it wasn't as competitive, like you're saying.
yep,
I think that's why everyone loves NSC so much too, is because every comp is so competitive. It's elite level. It's fun to
yes,
watch.
yeah,
Like I feel like WNL used to be that way, and it's just not anymore. Like it just
yeah.
it's so like the kids is popping off. The kids are
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. We're
We're talking about
speaking from
elite
like the elite
specifically. Yeah,
males here.
exactly. Like
Like,
this is
yeah,
like I want again. I think there's fewer comps, and those comps meant more, and they're more competitive, and people would do more of them again for
yeah,
sure. And I think like whether it's whatever league you support, like, I think like again, the general concept we're talking about here, just to really specify, is like yeah, creating a pathway for ninjas to
yeah,
be ninjas, right?
yeah,
And it's like, in my opinion, again, I need to think about everything more, and maybe I'd love to have anyone on the podcast who wants to talk more about the specifics, but like I feel like the leagues are a consistent way or a more sustainable way to make ninja be a competitive sport
yes,
if it's done right.
yeah,
Because those one-off events you were talking about earlier, like, I love them too, and honestly, I'm ride or die for stage
yeah.
comps.
Of course,
But again, I feel like it's probably not the most sustainable. Like that's probably
yeah,
why all those things stopped
yeah. Of course, of
because they were
course,
dropping 10 grand on prize money and
yeah,
things, or
yeah,
and they do this one event, and they lose their entire profit margin
yeah,
to have the event, and
yeah.
that's
You
not
wonder why they're not still doing them. It's just
exactly.
obvious
Yeah,
reasons. Like,
exactly. And as cool as they were, I mean, that's why they're not around anymore.
yeah,
These leagues are still the things that are pushing it all.
yeah, yeah. 100%. The
But,
leagues do make it like so simple for the gyms. Like
yeah.
covering all the logistics of it. Like all the gyms make the courses, like
Mhm.
make them solid and safe, and hopefully the fail rates are nice, and then it's great. Then you work it, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they all have their issues to some degree though. Like I'm not
oh
trying to.
yes, no league is perfect
Of
right now.
course. I mean,
Uh,
obviously, I'm curious your thoughts of which ones do you support more or less, or if you have issues with any of them. And I
yeah,
think it's good to talk about because like people need to hear like if they so that way they can make an adjustment or fix it or just I think it's people don't like talk about that stuff that much
yeah,
aside from everyone hating on the WNL. That's
yes,
that's the only thing. Or UNA, I guess. People
yeah,
like every year the Salty Ninja memes page blows up.
yeah.
Which,
Oh
by the
yeah,
way, I'm curious to see what's gonna happen this time.
yeah. UNA literally 3 days from now, like
Yeah,
we're literally about to experience the parents group chat like blowing up. The Badlands are gonna go nuts. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
uh yeah, it's of course every league is flawed and you know, like to me, as much it doesn't like I'll support all of them if it matters to me. Like if one of my team kids is doing WNL, great. Like those three stages, there's nothing more important to me that day than those three stages. Like if there's a flaw, as long as it's not on my kid's run, I don't really care. Like it's doesn't affect me at all. And if if they walk away from the comp with a positive competition experience, like whatever, maybe they don't perform well, but as long as the comp,
They learn something
yeah, as
or
long as
yeah.
the comp treats them well, like fine, fine. Same thing with UNAA. Like it's you know as flawed as it is, or would be, or used to be. Like if me or my athletes competing, like or any of my friends, like if they have the proper competition experience, fine. Again, it all really comes down to if the value of the registration is worth it. Like if you pay $100 for this plus, flights to come in from the West Coast and you enjoy FINA, FINA's great. Your kid wins UNAA and they're just over or they go out last place in UNAA, but they had fun with their friends and they learned something, and yeah, the value of the registration is absolutely worth it. And to be in a huge ninja event like this is special. Like, I don't want to take anything away from it. Like when WNL does in Greensboro or UNAA and FINA and USA Ninja Association, whatever. Like it to be in a place like this is special with all your friends, like from all over, making friends, hopefully, like is so special. And so NSCs, I know pretty commonly the value of the competition is worth the investment you put into it. And uh yeah, I think TNA, the Team Ninja League, is now up in Connecticut. Like I think that's pretty worth it. So honestly, as long as that's a positive equation,
Yeah.
like I'll support them all, flaws or not. But it's as soon as it becomes not worth it, like that's when I think
Interesting. So for you, it's about like, yeah, the value of the comp. But as far as like the what league you think is best for the direction of the sport as a whole, which one would you pick if you had to choose one? Hard questions on the dexterity discourse. Like,
yikes, yikes. Look, I mean, I was so far up WNL's butt years ago. Chris Wilczewski just emptied my wallet that season, dude. It was my dad's wallet. I mean, just comp after comp. And I had a good experience. I've had great experiences with UNAA, and I've had terrible experiences with UNAA. Um, NSC, obviously, being really the only that heavy of a pro. Obviously, it's a league like WNL for the elite males only gets competitive at finals, and maybe a couple of the regionals,
sure,
a
yeah.
few of them,
Sure, yeah.
not all of them.
Mhm.
NSC is really competitive throughout the season. Then you get to the championship, and that's ridiculously competitive. And now they have the youth series. And I just had the opportunity to host a sectional for that, and it's cool to see the youth, and obviously they mimic the NSC format with the hybrid speed burnout, and they're all just kind of doing the same thing, which is giving too much. And I'm not throwing Ninja Tensei into the bus here. I think we did a great job with our comp, but when you do this many gyms and this many states and countries and everything, you just dilute it a little bit more with every new gym you go to. And we saw that happen with WNL. Like every WNL comp used to be fun and huge and great. And then they tripled the amount of gyms they're in. And same thing with UNAA. They just every gym that agreed to host it, they would give a comp to them. And now NSC, I think, is kind of having the same problem with that youth series. It's like, no, not all 28 of these gyms should be representing the NSC brand. Like,
Mm.
and so it's just, a kid has one bad experience because a gym shouldn't be hosting one of these comps, and then the kid falls out of love with Ninja and doesn't make it to the pro league. It's just like that's the case with all the leagues. Like it's just I love that Ninja's accessible and I love that it's everywhere, especially for the youth now. But it's just the quality. is diluted from what it used to be because of
Yeah.
the growth.
Yeah, I feel that's a such a good point, like, almost like quantity over quality kinda
Yeah,
thing,
and I'm
and
sure Fina's the same way, like, same feeling as the other
sure,
3.
yeah, but I think that's a great point, like, yeah, the bigger it gets, like, you kinda lose that quality. I feel like I think the WNL does do a good job of keeping things more standardized or not standardized, but more, like, higher quality because like, the training they
Yeah, there's
do.
the training, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, they don't let every gym in, like, there's a whole, like, application
Yeah.
process and stuff, but even they could improve because, like, there's, like, dude, like, they have, like, strikes in place for gyms that break the rules or do like,
Yeah.
have mistakes at comps, but they don't actually do anything about that.
Right,
Maybe
right.
I shouldn't say on the podcast, I'm going to anyway, like, you don't actually, like,
If
have the
anyone's made it this
consequences.
far, they deserve to hear
Yeah,
it
I know.
too.
It's like but there's no consequences, like, I feel like you're saying, like, there needs to be, like, a quality check for
Yeah,
every league, but
yeah,
I'm gonna speak specifically about WNL, it's like, I think there needs to be, like, more training when it comes to reffing or for course design, like, there needs to be more specifics.
yeah,
Even having, like, a rep that would go to each gym and, like, communicate or help out and, like which they used to do in the past, but, like, for training is what I'm talking about,
yeah,
like, having someone go and train people, "Okay, here's how you design a course, here's how you run a good event," like, because that's gonna make every event run better,
yep,
and once every event runs better, that's gonna make every event feel better and be more fun.
yep.
I'm getting a phone call. It's Keith Gelsinger, crazy. Can't answer
Alright.
that right now, but,
Yeah.
it's okay.
No, no, hop on that. I can pick that
We
up
do
for
love
you.
Keith, that's our guy. Oh my god. There's so much going on here. Sorry, people, for the little bit of delay here.
Everybody wants to be doing an open gym at the depot right now.
That's what it is, yeah, it's
Everyone should be lining up at the door.
yeah, I guess when the time this podcast released, it'll probably be after this whole thing, but, this is now what's today's date? The July 11th, so it's Saturday, it's the first day of the Obstacle Expo competition. We have FINA starting today, and then we have UNA and the World
Yeah.
Obstacle stuff going on.
Competing tonight.
Yeah,
So,
Max competing tonight, good luck, by the way.
thank you, thank
But,
you.
things are very busy here right now, so apologies for that little
Yeah.
mishap right there, but, um
Yeah, no, what you were saying, like, about, like, the quality of the competition at the gyms, and it's just so tough because so many of these gyms are variable in quality and, like,
yeah, which yeah.
maybe, like, all things considered from, like, our experience, we can look at a gym we think is bad,
Mhm.
but maybe it's just the best the gym can do in the area, like, with the
Sure,
amount of people they get or the whatever,
yeah,
and so it's
but
so tough to, like,
true,
gauge.
but if there was more of a quality check, right, where it's like there's more training or the gyms that are struggling have negative reviews, like, have given them more help, more guidance, like,
Yeah.
rather than just being like, "Oh, slap on the wrist, good luck with the next one." It's like, no, like, help them, like, that's what I would
Yes.
do, like, bro, like, if I had the same gym, for example, consistently let's say it was us.
Yep.
If I was
It
consistently
would never be, by the way.
thanks, Max. But if I was, like, consistently running bad comps
Yep.
and getting these negative reviews and having people shit on me every time I spent all this work to make a
Yep.
comp, like, I'd want help. I'd be like, "Hey, like, how can I fix this? Like, tell me
Right.
what I can do to make this better," you
Right.
know? But there's that doesn't exist right now.
Well, I think from both ends, you don't have the leagues going back to the gyms with help. Obviously, they get the feedback, but
Sure.
there's a step that comes after that, which is all right, what do we do now to make it better?
Mm.
But then I think you do have a pretty big percent of gyms that don't care. Like, they do it for the check that they get because they
Mm.
know how many people are going to come to the area to qualify whatever for the next step is. They'll just host the comp. I know Colorado gyms do this. Like, I'm sure there's someone there that's passionate about hosting a comp, but just because you're passionate doesn't mean you're good at it. Like, especially in competition hosting, like, it's difficult, but so many of them just do it for the check that comes at the end of the comp, and I think, uh, like, I'm no pointing fingers can be done by us, or even it'd be dangerous for the league to even try and do that, but it's like, when gyms host, they're representing the league, and it's like, if a
Yeah.
gym puts up a bad comp for a league, the parents group chat goes nuts and everyone wants to
It
talk
reflects on
bad
the
about
league.
WNL. Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
it's just so hard to grow like that.
It is. It's a good point, and, I mean, it's a mark of success, I guess, if, if you don't have haters, you're not at the top, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, right.
Like on this
I
point,
think
but
WNL's got to use that on their social media. Too.
they'll get so much more hate. People will be so
Oh,
salty.
of course.
That'd be so funny though. Some of these people, man, they just need to freaking chill out, bro. I swear.
I know, it's
They're
bad.
crazy. But yeah, I think quality is a big thing. Like, what you're saying is I couldn't agree more. Yeah, it's like they're it's a representation of your league.
Yep.
Or like every year, like when I hear some things about like UNA, like these negative things people will say, and like it's a reflection of the whole thing. And it's
Yeah.
sad to see. Like, I don't know, it's tough. What is the
Yeah.
solution? But
Yeah. No, it is really difficult. Yeah, I know we can't like fix it overnight or even have the answers for how to fix it,
Sure, yeah.
but I do think this past year, all around, to say something positive,
Yeah.
about all this, all around a Ninja, I think the end of 25 and 26 was a better year for Ninja
Yeah.
than it was the couple years prior. Like from my from my experience, I've seen many gyms posting cool obstacles again.
Mm,
I honestly feel like there was a period, like a year period, that wasn't happening outside of like whatever Sam Folsom like cooks up that day. Like
mm.
like now you just have people like posting their cool tech, not cane tech obstacles, but like last obstacle of an NSC hybrid type obstacles. Like it's cool. Everyone like that's able to build it builds it. Like replicas are going up, and I think that was good. I think this past season of NSC was better than it's been the last few. Like I think all around, like I think it obvious WNL. I liked watching this year. Like I'm not gonna pick on the flaws. I'm gonna look at it from a whole. I think it was better than it had been the last few years. I don't obviously you work with like Bradley, you know better than I do, but like I think that was good. Fina seems to have grown, feeling positive there, and
We'll see this weekend.
come on, UNA, come on, just get it together. We every year I just hope because that's what we get in Colorado and Ninja Intensity. Like UNA, that's our league. So I'm feeling lucky this year. I'm, fe- I'm
It
feel-
seems like you have some opinions on UNA. Do you want to share any of those on the podcast or?
Look, I can echo a lot of salty ninja memes posts. Like I think many of us can. Like we like a lot of people just it's a lot of stuff's laughable at every finals. Like every finals will make mistakes, and if we ever get a perfect competition anywhere where everyone walks away happy, I'll probably be dead by then. Like there's no way that happens. But yeah, it's I'm hoping for just a clean, inoffensive finals from them this year.
Uh, that's fair. I've actually never been to any of their finals. I'm really excited to go to get to see everything this year and
Tim's gonna show up in his WNL t-shirt, by the way, holding his
no.
Ninja Works timer.
No, no. I am very excited to see it though. Like I really am. Like
Yeah,
I'm obviously I yeah, it's my first time seeing it all in person. I've heard all the things that have happened with their events and stuff, and I have no real opinion of myself.
yeah,
Aside from what people tell me. But what I will say is Fina seems awesome. Like Kyle, who shout out Kyle, he's like the new owner of Fina. He's been great to work with. Like he's
yeah,
awesome. He's such a nice guy. Met him for the first time earlier this season at a WNL comp actually, and yeah, he's awesome. He's great. Owns a gym. Like he's a good guy. So I'm
yeah.
excited to see what they do with Fina.
I just like I like the look of it. I like how it's just WNL's look because they just get the mats and trussing and everything from WNL finals. Like, but doesn't matter. Like, WNL looks good. Fina looks good.
Yeah, yeah,
If it
that's fair.
runs smooth, like, good on them. Like,
Yeah.
if they can run a ninja scale like that cheaper than every other finals, but with better quality, like,
Mm.
go for it.
Yeah, I think the issue maybe you know more than I do about UNA specifically, but like it's 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 almost like
Keith Gilsinger really wants to get to Tim right now.
it's actually not Keith right now. That's funny. He's gonna be listening to this podcast and be like, "Oh, well, that's when I called Tim." Like, he's like, "This motherfucker."
He's like, Tim was not that busy to ignore my call.
I have no. Yeah, he's gonna see this and literally be like, "Oh, he's gonna." Here we go.
That's
What was
hilarious.
I saying? Oh, it's like, I mean, you know more than I do about their events and stuff. But it seems like they had the same type of silly issues every year.
Yeah.
And the one thing I think I'll say about the WNL, because I know that is like every year, obviously they have mistakes. Again, it's impossible to have a perfect event at this scale, but I think they do, and I think they do a damn good job of it. And
If
like
they can fix their mistakes every year,
they
then
do, I
that's
think WNL does fix their mistakes
yeah,
every year. Like
yeah, that's great.
new ones, like you agree or disagree? Like, do you? I mean, I'm not sure how involved you are anymore. You haven't been to, but like, do you think they change or get better? You think or
Yes, yeah, I think like I guarantee whatever next season, there's not going to be a little slot
true?
in a stage 2 obstacle. Like they're gonna learn, and it's like yeah, and I think that has been important. Like mistakes are always going to be made, but
Yeah.
I think we've we've learned it firsthand with the bucket of chalk comps. Like it's like, oh, like this circumstance led to this, led to this, led to this, led to this person having an unfair run. We're gonna like fix that. And next season, same problem, next same problem, like or sorry, same level of issue, fixed problem. My
Sure.
bad. But yeah, we like as long as the problems are getting fixed as they show up, that's positive because Ninja's growing, because WNL this year threw what, three different leagues into one finals, like
Not leagues, but yeah, just like they had tier 1, tier
sorry,
2, and
yeah,
then head to
the
head, like
different
different tiers and all,
yeah, the
yeah.
different tiers and head to head. It's like, yeah, of course you're gonna have problems that you haven't had before, but go do it again.
Yeah.
Make sure these problems don't happen, and it's like learn for next year type of thing.
I feel like maybe we we should do? We should point out things that each league does really well. Like, I feel like it's undeniable the NSC is, like, the best for pros
Yeah,
right
oh
now.
yeah,
It's like
it's the biggest and baddest right now.
yeah,
Like
like, as far
it
as pro
sells out immediately when they open it. Like it's
yeah. I think when it comes to pros, NSC is the top of the
yep,
order.
yep.
Uh, we gotta
I'll
take a quick pause. Hang on 1 second. Sorry about that, people. We're
yeah,
back at it. Uh,
positive things about the
positive things.
leagues.
Yeah, so we talked about NSC. So I feel like do you have anything you wanna add about NSC?
I mean, I've just kind of seen like firsthand. I've gotten to host two, no, three, and Ninja Intensity now. I've gotten to host now a sectional. Like it's the real deal, and just to see how serious, like how much thought and effort they put into it, like is insane. And like when I'm showing them my course and I walk them through this thing and I get to the last obstacle and they're still hyper focused on the first obstacle. It's like, man, like they're putting in so much thought to all this. And especially since they travel to these gyms and they're learning a course for the first time, like 12 hours before the competition happens, that like it's impressive the way they can like lock in, get everything where they need it to be at a brand new gym in a brand new state after getting off a flight. Like I'm very impressed by them for sure.
Yeah, that their quality control, I think, is higher too with some of their comps. Well, especially in the past when Swam would go to all the comps and like help make the courses or dial things in. Like,
Swan was so good, dude.
yeah,
He had so much experience. Like he knew ninjas so well.
yeah, that's a huge advantage. I feel like WNL when it comes to the youth, like they're just at the top. Like what they're doing with the youth and
Yeah,
pushing things. Like,
but the prioritization of safety with
yeah,
WNL, like I see it so much outwardly. Like obviously in the whole exclusivity agreement, that's their reasoning is the safety of their events, like from all aspects. And so if it has as much of a role inwardly as it does on the outside as it appears, then great, because obviously Ninja's not the safest sport all
yeah,
around. So it's cool to see.
yeah, safety for sure. Also, just like professionalism, like how organized Worlds
Yep.
is, how smoothly things run. I mean, of course, there's times where things don't go wrong, but like for the most part, it runs very smooth. They're not very rarely delayed at big major events and
Yep.
things. Like how it looks, like Worlds looks sick. Like the
Yeah.
whole thing is just
Yep.
like awesome. Yeah,
They got
it's
Akbar there. That was cool.
it's funny. Yeah. So I like yeah, the youth is where they kind of shine for sure. Like NSC is definitely the pros.
Yep.
As the youth, and like I think professionalism, all that kind of stuff is what I think. What about for UNA, Mr. UNA Lord?
So yeah, obviously whatever my tone has been about UNAA might be misleading, but because I've gone to pretty much every single one of their finals since I've started, like, you know, I, I'm not stupid. And once the FOMO started settling down, like I still wanted to keep going, competing because I loved their format in the finals. The prelim, obviously, I'm a multi-stage guy. I love that about WNL, but when stage one has to be like a little speed course, stage two turns into a speed course. Like it just gets tough because of the sheer number of people
Right.
at WNL. Like I believe, especially their course designers, they do the absolute best that they can.
Hmm.
Um, but the UNAA finals has never been a speed course.
Sure.
Like, and that's just the pro male perspective. I love that. I love that they kind of follow the NSC hybrid or open to hybrid, like open is a course, not a division, but open to hybrid style of prelim finals. And they did that before NSC existed actually. So that's been great. And they were also the first finals to truly feel like a world championship. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, it was really maybe like I think season 4 or 5 of the league. There were just so many Australia jerseys that line up along the wall. You get the Japanese guys there that have Ninja, like definitely the Canadians were there, like obviously WNL, like we call it Worlds, like they get internationals now, like we got the flags hanging down and everything, but UNA felt more than just the US before WNL did. And I'm not saying it was a race to see who could do that, but like it was it you showed up and it felt like a world finals, which was new at the time to me.
Interesting.
So
Hmm.
I did enjoy that part, and I like you know I have no idea what these international qualifiers are, what they're like or whatever. But to be able to do that and organize that is impressive. I think.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So that always felt cool.
Yeah, I've heard about the format a lot. People love the format because isn't like their qualifiers even throughout the season are like it was the first one where it wasn't like fall you're done. It was like you could keep like you earn
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
UNA never had the fall and done. It was always points based.
Yeah, I know people. Yeah, like, that's the thing I would
Yeah,
add to that. Is like it seems like people love that format,
yeah. And
and
WNL kind of switched to that.
they added it with the full course format.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what it was.
yeah. But yeah, that was a big thing. And then for FINA, it seems like the thing I've heard the most about people being positive about them is like they love how many different runs they get. They
Yep.
like how it's run. I guess like people have to
Yeah.
like people. One of my families recently was telling me this was like last week before because the events obviously this week was telling me like one of their favorite ninja events to this day through everything they've done, they've been around the sport for a while, was the FINA championships that was in maybe Buffalo, somewhere
Yes.
up north
Yeah.
at a hockey rink or something.
Yep. Yep. I've heard
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, they like love that event, like the atmosphere, the feeling, like they just whatever it was, I wasn't there, so I can't speak to it very much,
Yeah.
but like that was what drew them. They're like,
Yeah.
"This is awesome. I love this thing." And
Yeah.
I've only heard good things about them. So, but I think
Yeah.
you know more about this than I do as well. So if you want to add anything to it,
No,
or
no, I wasn't there. I just had friends who went to that one. But
yeah,
again, like it, and it's just so interesting to hear like just the good experiences again. It's like refreshing when I get back home and my team family tells me that like, oh man, like we loved this UNA finals, we loved this NSC
yeah,
like youth comp, and it's just like, man, to have someone come up to you and just tell you how much they love Ninja, like makes you feel good because
yeah,
again with the parents group chat, like I guarantee only 50% of the parents in that chat can say something nice about every league. Like
yeah, for true.
it like just to be able to reflect and even if you're not fully content with where Ninja is or what every league is doing, that's fine. Like as long
Sure.
as you enjoy doing Ninja, if you enjoy competing, then there's something there for you. Like
Yeah,
something somewhere. And if you like doing all of them, great. I know a lot of the top kids do just like doing all of them and
right.
yeah, it's like I just want the ninjas to be happy whether they're like competitive or not. Like
Yeah.
that's the goal.
Yeah, I mean, for me, obviously, like, yeah, I agree. Like, I think it's like I just want Ninja to be successful. Right now, I mean, obviously, we only do WNL stuff here at our gym, and it's primarily because obviously we're in the Northeast. Like,
Yeah.
every gym around us does WNL, and like
Yep.
WNL just happens to bring us the most money. Like, as a
Yeah.
selfishly as a business owner, like it just is what gets it's just the best for the business. Is how it is. I do also think that they do, based on the things I've seen and have done, and obviously been around the sport since the literal beginning. I think they are doing the best, in my opinion, as far as like how they run things and everything. Again, they always make mistakes. Everybody does, but I think that they're doing the best job. Um, but that's not to say I don't support everyone else. Like I think again,
Right.
I,
Right. That's the most
yeah,
important thing too. It's just like whatever side of the exclusivity agreement that Jim's jumped on doesn't mean they're fully leaning one way or the
I
other. It's
think
like
I,
politics. Like
sure. Well, I think some people definitely do, right? Like I think some
oh yeah.
people they are die hard. Oh, we hate WNL now. We're never going to do a comp until
Yeah.
they lift the exclusivity thing, and like I don't know. I see that opinion to an extent, but the thing that annoys me a little bit about that whole thing is like, for years there's exclusivity with WNL. Like
Right.
ever since the beginning, it was like that. And
Yeah.
once they added NSC,
Once you
now
became a
everyone's
competitor.
pissed off.
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's funny. Well, the thing is like, no one had any problems about it before when it was UNA and FINA. Well, at least
Yeah.
not to this degree, right?
Yeah.
And then as soon as they add the one league everyone actually likes or like loves or
Yeah.
respects, then oh they're the devils. It's like This has always been this way, guys. Like, there's
Yes.
nothing's changed. Like, it's the
Yes.
same
No,
thing they've been doing.
no, that is a good point that like people just because NSC like they had the youth league and I'm sure that went great season 1, like all my kids had a great
We
time.
hosted one of their comps.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
hosted
you
one, yeah.
did. Yeah, it's just funny to me that everyone like kind of expected WNL to change the rules because this league was just good. But
Sure.
no, good for WNL. Just like I'm not saying I'm like very positive one way or the other. Like, but yeah, like good on them. They just like yeah,
Yeah, I don't have a full opinion on the exclusivity thing. I guess we can chat about it a little bit. Like, it makes sense to me for sure. Like, I mean, you you can't be a fighter in the UFC and also fight for PFL or for one. Like, you're deciding as an athlete to choose what division
yep,
you're gonna.
yep,
And obviously, it's very different. I'm not like people are gonna take that and be like, oh well, it's different. It's like, well, no. But what I mean by that is like, as a gym owner, well, I get to decide which one I get
yes,
to pick. And
yeah,
yeah, but that's the choice you make. Like that's
yeah,
just and that's fine.
yeah,
What however, recently I think I was telling you I had a conversation with somebody that was like they're a WNL gym, but they're in an area where there's like no WNL gyms.
yeah,
And it's like for them, they host like one comp. This doesn't make them. It's not very profitable because everyone around them does the other leagues. And from that standpoint, well, then I agree they should be able to host everything because as a business, like they need those other leagues to function as a gym.
yeah,
Like, dude, comps are such a huge piece of revenue for us.
yep,
Like if I made no money off WNL comps and I couldn't host the other comps, I'd be pissed too, straight up. Like I'd
yeah,
be super upset. But like again, from my perspective, I only like if I host UNA or FINA, I'm not gonna make nearly the same amount of money.
for sure.
And even when I did NSC Youth, dude, like first of all, it's a lot of work. It was fun. I still enjoyed it. Like I've known Chris for a long
Yeah,
time. It was a great event. Like it was fun, even though it was a lot of work. It was still fun to
yeah,
do. And like Matt and I had a great time designing the courses together and stuff. But business wise, like I make so I had an entire weekend blocked off at the gym for Youth NSC.
yep.
I would make more money from one WNL wave than I did that entire competition. Literally, like on a good
Yeah,
WNL event, I would make more money off a singular wave, a 3-hour wave, than an entire weekend of NSC.
yeah, that's insane.
It is insane. And again, like again, as a pure business perspective, that's why
Right.
that just makes sense. But
Yeah,
if you're not like that and you get like a little bit from WNL, a little bit from UNA, a little bit from FINA, whatever, as a gym owner, then you should do all. Like I get that you need to do
right.
all of them. So it's hard, and
Yeah, it's really interesting.
it is, and it's again, if we all want what's best for the sport, I don't know what the solution is because for me, like hearing the story I heard the other day, if I was WNL, I'd be like, okay, you know what, like sure, maybe it makes sense for them to host more stuff.
Yeah,
But also, I see why they don't want them to. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's so hard to have the right answer, man. Like
yeah,
it's really just like I don't think we know
yeah,
what the right answer is at this time.
yeah. No,
It's
it's
so hard.
tough because I think ultimately the goal, short term, long term, whatever, is gyms being like comfortable,
Yeah,
like gyms making enough money to
for
get
sure.
people in the gyms to grow Ninja.
Yep.
And if people are kind of skipping past that step back, like thinking on emotion that WNL is being selfish or
Hmm.
fighting the good guys, like whatever NSC, FINA,
Sure.
UNAA, but because somehow that it became that, like with people's mindsets about the exclusivity agreement,
Yeah.
and there's a chance like we lose the gyms or we lose the quality of the gyms, and
Right.
that's not what we want. Like,
Yeah.
so it's so tough too, because also like you host 4 tier 1 comps in a season, 4 tier 2 comps in a season for WNL. You'd probably only host one UNAA, one FINA,
Yeah.
and one NSC.
Yeah. Right.
8 to 3 is not
It's exactly.
comparable, and it's like the NSC section or the NSC qualifiers for the youth
Hmm.
are small. They do not have many kids.
Yeah.
The FINAs, a lot of gyms actually combine, do their FINAs and UNAAs on the same day in the same course. You just pay 2 entry fees.
That's wild.
So
Actually,
yeah,
that's kind of wild.
yeah, and so now we're getting to this point where you're not doing a competition for fun, for the value of your entry fee. You're just doing it to qualify
Sure.
because the comps aren't. There's not that many
May-
people doing it, so it's
Maybe that's one thing that's changed too. Like to back to the very start of the conversation of it feeling differently is like we kind of already talked about it a little bit, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of what it's become in a lot of senses. Like you go to a comp and it's not for fun, it's not for the enjoyment of, it's not to run like a course, it's
yeah,
to just qualify.
yes,
And
yeah,
that mindset going into the comp completely takes away the
yeah,
value of it.
yeah,
Like
hundred percent.
whether that's true or not, like just that mindset just destroys your whole comp
Yes, yeah,
perspective. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean
That's
it.
crazy.
Yeah, it's fine if it's true, but that we don't want that to be like the
Yeah.
case. Like I don't want a kid traveling in, let's say from California to a Ninja Intensity UNAA comp because for some reason that's the only closest one. To like, yeah, I'm gonna
Mhm.
go to Pennsylvania this year for finals. It's like,
Dude, that's oh my god, you're so right because literally
it's
kids from our team did that. They went
yeah,
to they'd drive like 4 hours to the only FINA qualifier near us just
yeah,
because it's at the farm show. Like that's why they
yeah.
did it. Like
It's insane. Like,
that's so crap. Yeah.
but that's kind of where we're at now, though,
Yeah.
because these qualifier fields are so small and so diluted for a lot of these leagues. Like, they don't really get any competition until the finals.
Yeah.
So it's
Which also is bad for those athletes, and I feel so bad for them because, like, yeah, I mean, like, dude, like, if you're and then on the East Coast, the talent out here from
yep,
everywhere is insane, and then,
yep,
like, when you're in these smaller regions and you're only competing against the same 5 kids over and over again, you have no idea what's out there, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
it's like, yeesh, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a
yeah.
different ball game out there, it's crazy.
Dude, it's nuts. And I'm pretty out of touch with like the strength of the youth of Ninja right now. So I'm like comparing the Ninja Intensity team kids to what your Dexterity team looked like 4 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, like I think you guys are pretty competitive. And then whether they go to a comp and it ends up being true or not, like doesn't matter. Like the youth are just getting so good so quick now. So
It's
it's
dude, yeah, it's
like
insane, and we were talking about this sorry, were you gonna
no,
say
no, no,
something?
you
I
go.
was gonna say we were talking about this a little earlier too before we start the podcast where it was like in 10 years, where is the sport gonna be, man? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like you just said, like, the youth get so good so quick. Like, I mean, Jace from our team, I always say it. We talked about it
Yep.
before.
I remember Jace.
Yeah, I could do 2 one-arm pull-ups at 7 years old or whatever, 6 years old, whatever it was. I almost said 6, 7. Godly. Anyway, but
They're gonna clip that.
yeah, they're gonna clip that. Yeah, someone's gonna clip that. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just then. And every year these kids get stronger. And like, granted that they don't lose interest in the sport, they don't go somewhere else, they don't have a
Don't
long
get
term,
injured.
don't get
Yeah.
injured. Yeah, it's like, well, where is the sport going to be? And it's crazy to think about. And like,
Yep.
honestly, I'm honored to be a part of it, especially again being around since the beginning. Like, not many people can say that these days. And it's like it's cool to be a part of it for so long and see the growth. And you know, there are a lot of things that we've talked about that I fully agree with, and things that I don't like about the sport now, and which things would change. But I think ultimately it has grown in a positive direction, at least in my opinion. Like, I think it
Yeah.
has come a
Yeah.
long way.
100%. Like more people that didn't like any other sports or, you know, whether they're shy and didn't want to be shy or wanted to make friends or wanted to swing around on bars, like pretty much everyone that came into Ninja with one of those goals has achieved it like by
Yeah.
now. And it's cool. I hope that just keeps happening. Like whatever happens with the leagues,
Right.
fine. Like as long as they're sustainable and the gyms can keep making money from that to keep getting kids in the door and
Yeah.
pay for advertising like that. As long as more people find Ninja, like that's
Yeah,
all we need.
that's the key, man. And honestly, yeah, I couldn't agree more. We all want what's best for the sport. We're all in this thing together, and it's
Yeah.
great to see. We are getting a little background noise now because of the open gym getting started. So you might want to, unfortunately, have to wrap up soon. But is there anything else you want to chat about, or anything else you want people to know about you, or any other
Uh,
opinions you might want to share?
I mean, life's going good on my end. I mean, obviously, my mind is just so much thinking about Ninja. Like, Bucket of Chalk Comp, number 6, coming up.
Make sure you guys go out to that. What's the date and all that? If you want to drop that in here.
Yeah, so the Pro Bucket is July 30th and 31st, Thursday, Friday. And then Mini Bucket right after August 1st and 2nd, the Saturday, Sunday. Just kind of figured we'd get a lot of the pro ninjas right now are coaches.
Yep.
So we
Yep.
found out it's pretty easy to get them away for a couple days.
Right.
And then we're hoping, coaches bring your ninjas out for mini bucket, like stay the weekend, coach them. Excited to just, see that 4-stage format come back for pro bucket. And then
Yep.
for mini, we do 3 stages. So, but it ends on rope. So we kind of just take out stage 2
Oh,
completely.
cool. Yeah. 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 So
So they
one,
run a
three.
1, a 3, and a 4.
Yeah.
We can't scale difficulty for the youth on a stage 2. Like we just cannot figure that out for the life of us, dude. And we want to make stage 1 matter more for them. We want it to be a longer course, so we give them the whole day on Saturday for stage
Right.
1. And obviously there's divisions too, so got to scale them up. But yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be a long, long 4 days, 5 days with rigging.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah,
Yeah, running
hopefully,
these events are not easy.
yeah, dude, it's gonna be long. But again, like I hope when people see the bucket comp, they can kind of see that like that's the direction that Caden and I want Ninja to go, even if it's unrealistic. Like,
For now.
yeah, for now we want
Maybe
to,
it's not, who knows?
yeah, we want to do what we can, give people another taste of like what Ninja used to be like
Dude,
too.
listen,
Like,
I really appreciate you and respect you for doing that. I wanna host more 4 stage comps. We used to do 1 a year, now we haven't.
dude, I know,
It's
two-time champ,
yeah, you are a two-time champ. Yeah, literally.
home gym athlete right here.
But no, seriously, man, you're an inspiration, like, and everything you're doing, like, I really appreciate you coming on here and talking your mind about, like, the 4 stage comps and
Yeah,
how where you think the sport should go. I think that's awesome, and, like, I that's how it used to be, man. I agree, think people are missing out on what that used to
yeah,
be, and this whole league thing has taken over, and whether you support it or not, it's yet to be seen whether it's best or not for
yeah,
the sport, but I agree the 4 stage things are awesome, and it's cool that you're
yeah.
still pushing that format, so thanks for doing
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
trying our best, and I also think it's important for people to know, like, we criticize it because we love it.
Yes.
Like, there's no part of us, like, no matter how negative we get or how similar we sound to the parents group chat, like, there's no part of us that doesn't love Ninja. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you own a gym over you, like I mean, you love coaching so much, and it's like, I mean, I've done everything under the sun in Ninja except win some things. So, maybe I might be a little more positive about some things if I would won it. But
Fair.
it's. I mean, I'm excited for this weekend to see what this event's like, and just looking forward to the future of Ninja. Like
Yeah, man.
it's
Me too.
it's so special, dude.
It's
I
such a
love
special
it.
thing, yeah, and I'm grateful to be a part of it, grateful to meet people like you and all these other awesome people, like, again, that's the core of this, man. One of the core amazing things about Ninja, no matter what league you support, where you come from, like, it's the community, like, that's what
Yeah,
makes it so special, and,
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, even us sitting here having this conversation for, like, almost 2 hours now, it's been great, and it's
Yeah,
just fun, and, like,
yeah.
it's cool, like, who would've thought that we'd
If we're not
be
playing this up for the podcast, like we would have this conversation if we. I haven't
exactly.
seen this guy in like 3 years, so like if like this was bound to happen anyways.
Exactly,
So
yeah, which is so cool, man. And again, thanks for being a good friend and for being a part of it all. I guess one last thing, where can maybe drop your social medias and everything as well. People could find you, follow
yeah,
you, all that. Yeah,
yeah. Instagram at amaxing11, like amazing, both an X.
yeah.
Had that pun since like 2018. Uh, YouTube, TikTok, I think are both Max Feinberg, and yeah, so far, ANW 18 is halfway through airing.
Mhm.
They've shown me qualifying for the national finals, so
Let's go.
yeah, yeah, looking forward
We'll
to
see how you do the rest of the
rest
way.
of the season. Yeah, yeah, it's a good season. I'm very excited to watch it all play out.
Yeah.
So
Dude, we didn't even talk about like your A&W history. We didn't talk about all the stuff you've done for breast cancer. Like
yeah,
we have so much more we can talk about.
yeah, we'll do a part two
We have to do a part 2.
next
Yeah.
time back in Pennsylvania. Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, this has been awesome, and thanks so much again. And everyone, thanks for listening. Is there anything else you want to mention, Max, before we call it?
No,
Or
this was awesome.
dude, you're incredible. Thanks a lot. Bye, everybody. Have a good rest of your days.
Thank you. Thanks, Tim.